Good evening and welcome to this year's edition of Afro-Vibes. It is not a small miracle that we are here together in one space, real or digital, that we can host this international festival in a time of lockdowns, travel restrictions, and doubt, is a testament, I believe, to the infallibility of art that grows in spite of and maybe because of crisis. This festival goes further, and in this singular, razor-sharp focus of bringing together artists from the African continent and artists and audiences in the Netherlands, it breaks boundaries in a time of isolation and lifts the veil of otherness and difference amongst the world's nations. This year's festival theme, Entanglements, is interestingly an exploration of intersection amongst disparate humans and ideas. In this world of growing nationalism, difference is emphasized over and over and over again. There is difference in language, cultures, influences, etc., but as a result of our shared histories, there is also an undeniable entanglement. Sarah Nuttall, the South African cultural theorist, writes, and I quote, "Entanglement is a condition of being twisted together or entwined. It speaks of an intimacy gained, even if it was resisted or ignored or uninvited. A relationship that is complicated, ensnaring, in a tangle, but which also implies a human foldedness." This theme was proposed last year before COVID-19. Now the theme of entanglement comes out in a terrifyingly real way, because no society right now is being left unaffected by this tiny virus. No one can claim immunity, no matter how sophisticated the society, nor how vulnerable. And even in isolation, we still have to mentally and emotionally come together to protect not just ourselves, but each other, knowing that a simple individual action can affect thousands of others. So there is this persistent entanglement even across our borders. That COVID has brought the world together is one of the biggest ironies of our time. And it's the same too with the burning issues of this moment, whether it is geopolitical isolation and its failures, such as Brexit, climate change, decoloniality, the incredible Black Lives Matter movement. With these momentous events, there is embedded the potential for radical transformation and illumination that comes with appreciating global entanglement. This human foldedness and intimacy is what this year's Afro-Vibes foregrounds. Afro-Vibes has moved from simply showing artworks from foreign continent to a Dutch audience, to demonstrating that in this contemporary world, we're all implicated in both implicit, explicit, and mysterious, unknowable ways. This year's program, despite all the odds, is a rich one, with artists from Tunisia to South Africa, from Lagos across to Amsterdam. The program tackles this theme in a variety of ways, through works of excellence, innovation, and technical brilliance, which I'm sure you'll see. I want to thank our board for its support of art programming that continues to be challenging and not always comfortable nor commercial. Our funders, of course, Cathal McKee for design and visual curation, and our producing, marketing, and technical teams who work together so brilliantly. Leaving us this year is programmer Katie Streak. I want to thank her for her deep intellect, her passion, and a generous camaraderie over all these years. At the same time, I warmly welcome Marjorie Boston, who takes the space as programmer with her vast knowledge of the arts, as well as her wide experience of the aesthetic and political spaces of the Netherlands and the African continent. And of course, a big thank you to you, our real and digital audiences, for being present in these challenging times. Finally, and most importantly, I really want to pay tribute to the magnificent artists who appear on this year's program, who recreate, adapt, and revise in the supposed new normal. Amidst fears of infection, as well as financial and political difficulty, they become the symbol of fortitude and perseverance in a time of crisis, when despite all odds, they nevertheless wield the imagination and they create and recreate, and remind us over and over again of our vast potential for deep, enduring connection, imagination, and a life-affirming entanglement, even in times of acute crisis. I'm sorry I cannot be there tonight, but I hope from my heart that you have a magnificent evening and a nourishing festival. Thank you so much.